welcome to Blessed Violence.
Oh, yeah.
Blessed Violence. And welcome to this exciting, action-packed episode of Blessed Violence, as we're going to recap the also exciting, action-packed UFC 291 as we see the Salt Lake City head kick has made its appearance once again. We have a new contender at the light heavyweight division. Derek Lewis takes his shorts off, and we have so much more for you in store. So
What
let's
a good
just
fight card.
amazing top to bottom.
Yes.
Top
Like,
to
even
bottom.
Even like the early prelims were
Yes,
Great
good,
fights.
good fights. I loved it. Speaking of the prelims, I don't know who Darius Flowers is, but I've lost all respect for the guy after he faked a groin shot when Jake Matthews kicked the mess out of his liver. So that was pretty.
Yeah,
There was another head kick. That Roman Kopylov,
Yeah.
man, nice, just jumping right on there, Wes. Kopylov, I mean, the head kick, man, that was a nasty head kick. So we had 2 head kicks on the whole card. 4 decisions. It's also, if you are an action-packed junkie, you need to watch UFC 291. But I enjoyed, top to bottom, amazing card. Let's dive into our first fight on the main card, where we have Kevin Holland getting his supreme Darce choke on Michael Chiesa. And that is Michael Chiesa's kryptonite, according to Michael Chiesa.
he
So,
called it before the
he
fight.
did.
He was like,
He
Kevin
did.
Holland has that Darce choke.
He absolutely
Which
did.
is-
Number one, happy for Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland is one of my favorite fighters right now. Love that he got a win against a top-ranked welterweight guy who not only is a top-ranked welterweight, but is an amazing grappler. And so Kevin Holland gets it done by submission in the first round, right?
We were saying, it was round
first.
one.
Yeah,
we were saying
round one, there
if
it
Kevin
is.
Holland wins, it's going to be on the feet. If Michael Chiesa wins, it'll be because he wrestled him.
Yeah, and it was.
But then
No, it's the
Kevin
opposite.
Holland went and wrestled him and got the win.
Yeah, he stuffed a takedown and then just dumped that Darce choke in. And
Is
took
Kevin
it.
Holland was Kevin Holland ranked in the first
I
place?
don't know.
No.
Chiesa
Okay.
was ranked 12th, I think.
Kevin Holland was ranked in
Middleweight. But I think Michael Chiesa was ranked 12th. Boom, look at me.
Yay.
So,
So
Yeah,
Kevin
so
Holland's
Kevin
going right
Holland.
up in there.
yeah, Kevin Holland should jump right to 12. Oh, what if him and Jack Maddalena fight? That would be
That would
a
be
wild
pretty
fight.
good.
That'd be a
It'd
wild
be a good fight.
Hard to pull for someone. But man, yeah, Kevin Holland gets it done. First round submission. I thought, did Michael Chiesa retire? He took his gloves off,
He took
didn't
his
he?
gloves off.
They didn't interview him, I don't think.
You're right, they didn't. So I don't know. Maybe that signified he took him off. He never said he was retired, so we
Because
can't
who
really
else
say.
who else took their gloves off?
Derek Lewis, but he threw him into the crowd.
And he didn't. He's a free agent now. That's what he said.
Okay.
But we'll get to that whenever we get
Yeah.
there.
But I don't know. If Michael Chiesa retired, he had a great career. Man, he's done very well. Just
I don't think he did.
You don't think he had a good career?
No, I don't think he retired.
Yeah, I don't. I think he would have said. I think they would have interviewed him because he didn't get choked out or knocked out. So I don't know why they wouldn't interviewed him.
We might see something in our news portion about that.
Yeah,
That'd be something they would report.
the move to welterweight was such a good move for Kevin Holland. He's lost to Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, which I think we should talk about after this fight, to talk about the things that are going on with him. But from that moment on, he's won every fight at welterweight. I mean, he's won every fight before that. Now he's ranked in the top 15. I think he could make some noise. I love Kevin Holland. I don't know if I could see him as champion. I'm not trying to throw shade. He is getting better on the
I
ground.
mean, you could see some stylistic matchups.
We could see
up
some
there.
stylistic matchup that leads him to the title fight. Now, him and Leon Edwards, I think he has more of a shot of beating Leon Edwards than beating like a Kamaru Usman or a Kobe Covington.
Yeah, I
I
can
think
see
the
that.
matchup against Leon Edwards would be a lot better. But he has a lot of killers that he would have to go through to get to that
Oh yeah, I mean he's
title fight.
just now getting ranked.
Yeah.
So he's still got a ways to go before he's up there.
Yeah, I'm definitely putting the buggy before the horse on that one, but I'd love to see Kevin Holland get up in the top 10.
He's a good contender.
He is. And then you got some exciting fights up there in the top 10 that you can make with him. So any fight you got Kevin Holland
Even
in.
him and Jack, I think, would be a great fight.
Yeah. That would be a really nice fight. The only reason I think he jumps Jack is because he beat a ranked guy in the first round pretty dominantly.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I put him above Jack
but I
in
think
the rankings.
Jack beat Michael. I think he'd beat Michael Chiesa also. So
I agree with that
I don't know.
assessment. So, hey, hats off to both men, and happy that Kevin Holland got done. Before we move on to this fight,
Okay. We'll go
which
back.
I'm very angry about that fight, the fight that did not happen, which we were all excited to see happen, was Stephen Thompson versus Miguel Pereira.
I think you pronounce it Michelle.
Is it Michelle?
Michelle. Or
Michelle
I
Pereira?
guess you could say Michelle, but
Michelle. Michael, I don't know.
I don't know.
I've never heard him call it Michael, even though I call him Michael. Anyways, so Pereira comes in. I can't because
3 pounds
Alex is
over.
on here too.
let's see. I'm gonna
Michelle
try to.
Pereira comes in 3 pounds over, weighing in at
There it is.
174. And Stephen Thompson put this out there. He said, "Unfortunately, my fight with Michelle Pereira will no longer be going forward. First off, I'm sorry to all the fans who were looking forward to my fight. I'm gutted for my coaches, my family, and all the people who helped me through the camp to be ready and prepared to go to battle. I made weight this morning as I've done every fight during my 11-plus year UFC career. Good, that's true. My opponent did not. This isn't the first time I've had an opponent miss weight, and given that played out previously, myself and my team felt that it was ultimately not smart for us to move forward
Because
in this fight."
his last time didn't.
Darren
he lost,
Till,
right?
and he lost,
Yeah.
which I thought he still won that fight, but they were in London.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm at his age. He in what he's accomplished in the sport. He's not a gatekeeper. He's here to go for that title. That's
Yeah.
good. When he's stepping off, gone. All this. He just keeps on going, and say about that stuff. He's talking about why he canceled the fight, and I agree with him.
Yeah, he says there's too few consequences.
Yeah, I mean
that are often allowed to fight. Allows fighters to fight with a significant competitive
I mean,
advantage.
he would have
Which-
been fighting, Michelle Pereira would have been fighting with a 30% pay cut.
but I don't think
That
that's
is a
enough.
pretty big pay cut.
But
I understand, but that's
still
not enough.
You're
Well,
still
I
getting
think
that
that-
advantage.
that offsets the winnings. So
Yeah, I mean, just think. I mean, they're probably getting. Let's see. This fight, main card, Salt Lake City sold
Wonder
out.
Boy's he's a big name.
Wonder Boy's
sells
big name.
fights.
So let's say they're getting 2,000 to show up. 200,000 to show up. Let's say they're getting 200,000 to show up. Take 30% of that. He still's making a good amount of money. And if Pereira were to win, he gets the win too. I like how Stephen
Wait.
Thompson talked about I risk losing a decision, even if it's a split decision, as what happened when I fought Darren Till. Almost the exact same scenario played out back then, right? And what is it? History is the best projection of the future. And I agree with him. I think fighters who miss weight,
and they got a head start on gaining that weight
Yep.
and rehydrating and gaining that weight back.
Yeah.
So
I completely agree with his decision. I respect it.
What stinks is he's not getting any credit.
not getting
or
paid.
He's not getting any pay for
He
it.
didn't get. he
they
didn't
should
get-
have paid him.
I think he showed up ready to fight. They didn't pay him. I think that's wrong. I think unless they're making a fight for
Making
him in
weight
the
is
near
part of
future,
Making weight is part of the fight.
you are 100% correct. It's like 80% of the fight happens outside of the octagon.
If they're not going to pay him for the fight, they have to give him another fight within
Soon.
the next month.
Soon.
I think because he was expecting to get paid last night,
Yeah.
but then now he's going to have to wait a few more months before he can fight again. Like, no, they need a fight. He needs
No,
a fight soon.
Yeah, I agree, and I respect his decision. And I honestly wouldn't. I would have, if I was in his shoes, I'd have probably made the same decision. Just because fighters face they face too few consequences, just like he says here.
Yeah.
I like what Chael Sonnen says about it. He says when they miss weight, we should not consider them in that weight class anymore. We should really consider Pereira at middleweight now because he missed weight. He's not a welterweight. If he's ranked, he should lose his ranking.
Well, I mean, but you also have some like bad weight cuts. And stuff
Yeah,
like that.
but
So,
that's
like,
not. I don't think
if they're
that's an excuse. They know
consistently-
what they're getting into.
Yeah, if they're consistently missing weight, I'd be like, yeah, like, you have to move up. But if they miss it twice, I say you have to move up.
I think
But-
Pereira should lose his 15th ranking spot.
I can get behind
I
that though.
I think it could be, it needs to be some sort of leeway. I think as this fight was scheduled, you have like a pound of
You have a
leeway,
pound.
right? But
Non-title fights, yeah.
3 pounds, that is just excessive.
See,
there
if
needs
you-
to be something that just tells
So-
you not to do that.
If you go off championship weight, he missed weight by 4, but they're not fighting a championship fight. So 171 is the limit. And you missed, and 3 pounds is significant. So hate that for Wonder Boy. Hopefully he gets a fight soon. Hopefully. I think this damaged Pereira's fan base. I don't
Yeah.
think he has many fans. So let's talk about the fight that made me so angry.
I wasn't upset with it.
So it's not that Bobby Green won. I knew Bobby Green was going to win. Tony Ferguson is not the same Tony. What makes me mad is I do this, and our listeners probably know about this app. It's called Verdict. You can go, and I'm not sponsored to say this, so I'm saying it out of the goodness of my own heart. But you can go and what am I looking for here?
You
Where is-
bet XP.
You
instead
bet
of money,
XP instead of money on the fights, right?
which makes it okay.
So I did not do so well. I only earned 1242 XP, which is awful. I finished in the bottom 40% of all Reddit users. Okay, some people
But
had like
what did you
50
say
XP.
about this fight?
I got angry because I had Bobby Green winning by decision. Now, if 6 more seconds would have played into it, I would have won 1746 XP off of this fight.
But how much did you get?
I ended up only getting
Yeah.
I ended up only getting 606 XP.
So you could have gotten an extra 1100 XP.
I would have got an extra 1100 and would have not placed in the bottom 40. Anyways, with that being said, I was very angry because we had 6 seconds left in the fight. Bobby Green, who is not a grappler, decides to go for a triangle or a head and arm choke.
Yeah.
He gets it done. He submits Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson has been submitted in his last 2 fights. He has dropped 6 straight. I'm not trying to tell a man when he needs to retire, but I don't know how more clear all the circumstances could be for somebody to retire. I
Yeah,
love
know.
Tony.
He needs to.
Yeah.
Like he's done. Like how? Let's look at his record.
Tony went from a 12-fight winning streak to a 6-fight losing streak.
Lose.
Finished, decision, finish.
When was his last win?
It
Let's
was
do that.
right there, Cowboy Cerrone. He beat Cowboy Cerrone by knockout
In 2019.
in 2019.
And then he went on
Yikes.
6 fight losing streak.
with
That's so
4 of the
tough.
6 being finishes, 2 knockouts and 2 submissions. Tony, I love you, dude. I love seeing you fight. Your health is more important than putting on a show. You need to step aside, my friend.
Now, he probably does get paid a lot just to be on the card.
But there's no amount of money in the world that is worth getting your brain beat up for.
Well,
Yes.
Tony doesn't care. You
And-
think he cares about that?
No.
Yeah.
And you can't take anything. Bobby Green looked excellent in this fight.
He was piecing Tony
He
up.
was. He was piecing him up from the outside. He was using that boxing. First round, he was
look at
kind of
that.
struggling, trying to figure out Tony. And Tony landed a knockdown there. I don't even know if they counted it as a knockdown, did they? If you scroll down, did they count it as a
No,
No.
they didn't.
They
count
did
it
not
as
count it as a
knockdown.
knockdown. So, in my mind, he got a knockdown. Tony's very weird to figure out. But once Bobby figured him out, he kind of just dominated the second
I
and
think-
third round.
Tony came out in the first round with his weird style and his stance and everything, bobbing and weaving, that stuff that is very hard to decipher. But in the second and third round,
It was all Bobby.
It was nowhere to be found.
Yep.
So it was easier to fight him.
Yeah, it was all Bobby. So congratulations to Bobby, man. He put on a heck of a performance. He got his 50,000, and he beat Tony Ferguson. I mean, Now beating Tony Ferguson has now become like a okay. Okay.
I mean,
Good
it's
job.
still
Beat
it's still a
up
big
an old
thing.
man.
It's still a
Yeah.
big thing for Bobby Green.
It is huge for Bobby Green. Now Bobby needs to beat somebody that's ranked. That's where Bobby needs to go to. He's
Yeah.
lost to all the ranked guys. And he's older. He's 36 years old, so he doesn't have much more in the tank, so he needs to get after it very soon. So hats off to Bobby Green, though. Way to get that done. All right, another
The
performance
heavyweight
of the night.
Jorge Masvidal.
The heavyweight Jorge
Now,
Masvidal.
I don't know why he was in the prelims to begin with.
It's because he's dropped some stock. That guy's
Which
not that big.
I
But
get
Derek
that,
Lewis
but-
is still a big name. He's still a huge
he
name.
needed
man.
that win.
He
though.
did that flying knee, then the ground and pound, and
I'm
over.
gonna be honest. The knee did land, and I think it did kind of stun him. But I think the only reason why they fell down is because he had a 258-pound man flying right at him.
There's no way to dodge.
I don't think he fell because he was knocked out. I think he fell because Derek Lewis fell on top of him.
Yeah.
finished
Whenever you have Derek Lewis flying at you, there's nothing
Although
you can
it
do.
was still amazing.
Yeah, whatever you
It
got
was
to do.
majestic.
Whatever you got to do to win, though, and that's what Derek Lewis did.
This is the best Derek Lewis in terms of like fitness wise.
Yeah, he
was
come
so
in with
good.
abs. The guy had abs.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
I didn't
He was
either.
dancing
He put in
and-
some work, dude.
Before his weigh-in, he was being in one of his interviews. He said y'all gonna see me on the scale with a 6-pack, and they're like, no, like
They're like
I'm
impossible.
not lying. I'm gonna have a 6-pack, and he
Man, so happy for Derek Lewis getting that win in the way he did, 33 seconds, and he is the KO king of the UFC, 14 knockouts. Man, so happy for Derek Lewis. I want to see him start getting some more wins.
But he's a free agent now.
He is, so maybe he'll go sign somewhere else.
I guess his contract was up, and he just decided not to renew it, or maybe the UFC just didn't give him a new one. So
Excuse me. I think it was more like that. They said, you're losing a lot, and now they're probably like, oh man, we should have kept him because he beat DeLima, which DeLima looks like a turtle. He just looks like
Yes.
a turtle, and DeLima's not no scrub. I thought DeLima was going to win this by first round TKO, but your boy Derek Lewis, the
You got
Houston,
no
Texas
faith in
native, got it done.
Just don't
By
let him
TKO.
fight in Houston.
Don't
That's
fight in
it.
Houston because
or
Derek
in Texas
Lewis
in
had.
general, because he lost in Dallas, didn't he?
I don't know if he fought in Dallas. I know
I think he did.
I thought he's dropped the last 3 or 4 fights.
I think he fought in Dallas and he lost.
I think he fought
Who do you,
Tuivasa.
when was
didn't
the Dallas one? Was
It would have been no.
No, it was July
July of 2022.
2022. He fought. Yeah,
he?
Yeah,
it
it was
was this
that
one.
one. Yep.
I.
Because that should be Nunez and.
Hopefully, I clicked on the right. Nope, I did not click on the right one.
We don't want UFC Fight Pass. What, Ethan?
Hold on, let me. Okay, let's try this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was this one.
Pena Nunez.
Yep.
Part 2, right? Or is this part? Yeah, it's part 2.
Yeah, they were in Dallas. He lost. Yeah.
Yeah, he got knocked out quick. We should have been there in person. But the tickets
Yeah.
were not.
No, this one. This one was when Nunez lost.
No, this
The
was this
first-
was no.
This wasn't the
She had
second
the
one.
see, what's her face?
It doesn't say 2 though.
No, it doesn't say 2. What's her name?
This wasn't the second one. I remember.
Pena. Pena has the belt. That's how I know it's the second one. She has the belt. She's the champion. She'd already
Oh
beat-
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We're gonna settle this.
Just telling you, that's the second one, gentlemen.
Wait. Oh, okay. Yeah. Passed.
Oh my gosh, you know how
But
far we have to
usually-
go back?
Usually in the second fight they put a little two behind it.
No, I don't care how far I have to scroll. We're settling this. Let's see.
Nunez versus Pena 2. Okay, so the first one, look, look.
What?
UFC 277. I typed in, and that's the same one. Look. Oh, UFC 277. Pena versus Nunes 2. Took place in American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas on July 30th, 2022.
When did they fight the first time?
Then why did they put a 2 behind it?
I don't know why they did.
That's ridiculous. We need some quality control in here.
I know. Here it is. Nunes versus Pena 1. When did it happen?
I'm still scrolling.
It happened on December the 11th, 2021,
Okay.
when the Venezuelan vixen shook up the MMA world.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, you got UFC 2 or UFC 269. I told you guys.
We've come a long way.
Told you guys.
Oh, yeah.
We're
It's
on
been a while.
291.
Yeah. So, anyways, hats off to Derek Lewis. So glad he got it done. DeLima will be back. He'll fight somebody. He'll probably win.
We didn't
but-
even mention right after the fight, he took his shorts off.
I mentioned that right at the beginning. He took his shorts
yeah,
off.
but we didn't really say much about it.
I thought that
Instantly
was
took his
hilarious.
shorts
I
That
thought it
was the
hilarious.
funniest.
And then
He
started
funniest
dancing.
thing.
He was so happy that he won. Like, he
Yeah.
needed that after dropping 4 in a row. I thought it was funny. And we all know why he took his shorts off, but I won't repeat why he took his shorts off. So.
Yeah, he took his shorts off and then started dancing.
Yeah, I'm happy for Derek Lewis. He got it done by TKO. I'm so happy we saw the old Derek Lewis again.
Oh yeah.
All right, the most disappointing fight on the card, I think. I mean, I could have saw this go either way.
This-
Alex or Jan.
This reminded me a lot of last week's tough episode.
Yeah, neither guy seemed like they wanted to press. Alex looked very different. He looked slow. He just looked weird. I'm fine with either way. Split decision towards Alex was what I thought. I thought it was 29-28 Alex.
Yeah.
In the fighting world, you don't want this to happen.
No.
You don't want to go to decision, which I don't understand why these kind of fights even happen. Like, I get being like, I don't want to lose, but your aggression or your wanting to win should outweigh that concern.
Yeah.
And you should be trying to put the other fighter out. You got to want to win.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't know. Both of these guys just seem very timid, very tentative, and
They're
didn't throw
both
much.
landing bombs though.
See, I feel like it was very few and far between. Alex was
Yeah, it wasn't.
doing one-punch wonders. Jan wasn't really hit. I mean,
He was
land
always
some.
going for a takedown.
Yeah, and I mean, you see 3 of 8 there. So Jan says he got robbed. I don't agree. I don't think it was a robbery. It was a
I don't
close
think-
fight.
I don't think either fighter should even be considered for a title shot.
No, not after they look, because I tell you what, if either one
It's
of
gonna be Ankalaev and Yuri.
if Ankalaev fights either one of the guys that showed up last night, he wins. If Jamal Hill fights either one of those guys, he wins. If Yuri Prohaska showed up, these guys would lose. So
I think it was just one of those fights that just their styles might have just not meshed well, and they just couldn't get things going. I don't know.
That's true, but there was still a moment where Jan Blachowicz was up. He was up against the cage, turtling up. Why didn't Pereira go up and
yeah,
Put
I
him
don't
away.
know. Honestly, my
he
mind
could have
was.
easily won that fight?
Remember the last time he went after somebody that was turtled up in the cage? He ended up sleeping on the canvas.
And that's true, but he
maybe
should
that-
still
He might
he
have been
should
a little
adjust. And
Maybe
learn.
that's what I'm saying. I think
He
he
needs
was
to
timid.
learn from that experience and maybe be more cautious with it,
Yeah.
but not just say, "All right, he might throw something."
Yeah, I think they respected each other a little too much.
I'm glad this wasn't for the belt, because that would have been a disappointment.
It's been a very disappointing title fight.
Oh,
So
yeah.
UFC knew what they were doing. They made a very smart decision in not making this fight for the belt.
Yeah.
But either way, Alex gets it done. He moves up. He's now a new contender at light heavyweight.
Heavyweight. Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. I think they'll give him another fight up there in the top 5 before they throw him into a championship fight. Let's move on to our main event, where Justin the Highlight Gaethje adds another highlight to his reel as he lands the head kick heard round the world, headshot dead. So he landed the head kick on
Yeah.
Dustin Poirier
Salt
in the
Lake
second
City
round
curse.
to put Dustin to sleep. I thought Dustin was going
The
to win this
same
fight.
exact way as it happened last time in Salt Lake City with Kamaru Usman and Leon Edwards.
It was
Have-
just out of the blue
It was just-
too. It was
Yeah.
like everything was perfect.
Great
and then-
setup.
oh, what?
Great setup by Gaethje. I mean, man, he set that up perfectly.
and then Herb Dean comes running in
Oh,
and slips on
dude.
some sweat.
That's the
Nobody's talking
highlight.
about Herb Dean.
That's a highlight of the fight was
That was the
Herbie
funniest
Dean
thing.
slipping in there.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm only watching these replays to keep watching Herb Dean
Yeah.
slip. That was
That's funny.
hilarious.
You know, I feel bad for Dustin. You know, he's been here. He's trying to get back to the belt. He really wanted this belt, and we see what happens. He lost by a devastating head kick. And happy for Justin, man. Now I think whoever's the winner of Islam Oliveira, I think the newest clearest number one contender now is Justin Gaethje.
Yeah.
He fought
I
very
agree.
smart. He fought very technical, and ended up winning the fight. I thought the first round went well.
It was a pretty close fight.
Yeah.
Just going at it, but I mean, we only saw 2 rounds, so
I thought Dustin won the first round. I know a lot of people disagree with me on that.
I thought Dustin won.
I
but
thought-
it was still close.
It was very close. It was very close.
I thought Justin had the more combos and
More
Second
effective
more
round.
effective strikes, but Dustin had more power,
There's
more
no way-
significant strikes.
Yeah.
There's no way Dustin didn't land any strikes.
Yeah, he didn't. He threw him, but he didn't land.
Okay. I guess.
I apologize for those that watch on YouTube. I'm very tired. It's been a long weekend.
It has been.
But man, I'm so happy for Justin Gaethje. And Connor starts running his mouth. I don't think Connor needs to fight either one of these guys. 'Cause
Connor needs to fight some
Michael
people in
Chandler.
the top 15 before he can start talking about the guys in the top 5.
he does need to fight Michael
But, I mean,
Chandler.
He needs to hold to the fight
his-
that's set up for him right now.
He needs to hold to his word
Connor
and
just
actually
doesn't
do it.
Connor. Like there's
But that shouldn't be an excuse. He's still a fighter in the organization.
yeah, but he gets away with everything.
He does
It's
He's
because
just gonna do whatever he does, but at the end of the day, the UFC has the ultimate decision.
yeah, you're right.
I mean, most of the time they'll go in favor of what Connor says, but
But also, you don't if a fighter doesn't want to fight another fighter, then
I
I
mean,
don't know
both
how
of
that
them have
fight's
to
gonna
agree.
go. Yeah, both fighters gotta be like, I want to fight you. And
honestly, that's a big payday if you fight Conor McGregor.
yeah, it is. They reference that every time. So, man, but hats off to Justin Gaethje. We got to give him a nice little good job on winning that silver belt, sir. Congratulations. And I wouldn't mind seeing him wrap the actual undisputed gold around his waist. Let's move on to some news. Here we are at the news portion. So a lot to take in of UFC 291, but we also
Do
have
we-
some
let's
news for you.
just-
Let's see, what do we have down through here?
I think this is old stuff.
Yeah, I got some
yeah,
Tom
there was
Aspinall stuff.
Not been any fight announcements, truly.
There hasn't been any fight announcements. Jorge Masvidal was there to wrap the belt.
That was pretty
around him.
cool. He handed it to him. Justin liked that. Justin's just a stand-up guy. Oh, there's one. Rafael Fiziev and
Fiziev.
Fiziev.
Oh, yeah. And Gamrot.
Gamrot. Matt
Oh.
Zeus. Matt Zeus.
HDR just popped on our TV. Well,
Nice.
Tony Ferguson talks about tracking a bear during training camp.
Dude, this guy's nuts.
That's
Tony Ferguson
Ferguson.
has his own Chuck Norris style memes. It's
he
awesome.
does.
That'll be a good fight for September 23rd. That fight night.
Oh yeah.
And I'll be
that'll
here
be a
before we
good one.
know it. Oh my god, dude, Macy Barber. When did she fight? Why is she?
A
on
while
here?
back. Fights an AK on.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's pretty cool though.
That is pretty cool. Let's see, and then just
It's just a
All
bunch
about
of
the fights.
yeah.
Wow, so there's really not much.
We can go to ESPN.
Yeah, try that out.
MMA.
I felt like there was more fight announcements.
I thought there was a lot more.
So we talked about Jones and Stipe.
Yeah, it's a pinned one.
Look at Glover and Justin there. That's pretty cool.
Herb Dean from out of nowhere.
Herb Dean.
Play
Yeah,
that
this one.
I like how cool he played it. Like, oh, I meant to do that.
Yeah, that was not. He slipped. Yeah. All right.
That's awesome.
Chiesa predicted Holland's Darce choke. I don't know
Yeah.
if we already mentioned that.
Yeah, we talked about it during the fight. You know, that was the 5th time that a UFC main event pay-per-view ended with a head kick.
But I think it. Well, I mean, okay, yeah.
That one was
5th time. That's kind of crazy. It's only happened 5 times.
Yeah.
But that's the 2nd time in a row in Salt Lake City. Exactly the same.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Edwards had a lot of ground to make up, but let's see. Oh, Derek Lewis is flying knee.
Boom.
It
I don't
did
think-
land.
I don't think he rushed him that much. I think he landed and he fell. Watch. Boom.
Nah, it looks like he kind of.
might
Did he
have-
land on his
I don't
foot?
know.
Did he
Yeah,
land on his
watch.
foot? Watch.
Watch.
No,
I
he didn't
mean,
really
He
land
brought
He
in
just
a
kinda
punch
stumbled.
too.
he kind of
yeah,
stumbled.
maybe he just.
Watch this. Boom, left. I think.
And he said that he didn't plan on doing that until
No.
like right then.
Boom.
So
Yeah, I think it was more of the knee. I think the knee dropped him. So
okay.
This
What
is
else
why
we
we
got?
watched Derek Lewis.
yeah, absolutely. We got any other news? I don't think. We do.
There wasn't anything. It's just crazy,
Let's see.
except for the big Wonder Boy thing.
That makes me so angry.
Did we talk about Sean Strickland and Izzy?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
yeah.
Did we talk about how Alex Pereira thinks that Sean Strickland has the best
Best chance.
chance
Yeah, we-
against him?
We talked about that last week.
Let's see. Did we talk? We didn't talk about Tough. Pretty boring.
Oh
fight.
yeah, very boring fight where
Connor yells, It's not a sparring session. It's a fight."
you got two guys same team that are friends that fought each other from
Yeah.
Chandler's team. Who was it?
Yeah.
What's his name? Not Goddard. Hibbard. Hubbard.
Austin Hubbard
Austin Hubbard.
and Roosevelt Roberts.
Yeah. Roosevelt Roberts. Austin Hubbard sneaks out with a split decision. So,
Yeah.
but I think that's all.
Yeah,
we got.
I think that's it.
There really wasn't. I thought there was a lot more, but
No, it
I
was
guess
it was
not.
all leading up to UFC 291.
Hamzat Chimaev is looking
Dude, he's
yoked.
yoked. He's actually Hamzat
Dude,
is
yeah, he's-
absolutely
He might be.
jacked.
yoked.
I don't know.
Let's move on to our predictions for next week's fight night.
Let's see.
Is it next? Yeah, that's
this.
next week,
This
yeah.
one's next. Sandhagen and Font.
So who was supposed to fight? Corey Sandhagen got injured. He had to
Umar.
drop out.
Umar
Nurmagomedov. So yeah, we have Corey Sandhagen, Rob Font come back. Oh, we have Jessica Andrade versus
She's coming off a loss, isn't she?
Tatiana Suarez. That's a huge fight. Tatiana can
You know
get,
how to pronounce that name,
yeah, I actually
but not this one.
I love Tatiana Suarez. She's one of my favorite female
He's a
fighters.
Chukwu.
If Tatiana Suarez wins that fight, you could see her calling for a title shot after her next one. Dustin Jacoby and Kennedy
Eli's like
and Kennedy
Tatiana, and then go over here, Jack Hobby.
Jacoby. Jacoby, we have Kennedy Nakazuko. I don't know.
Inzak Chukwu.
Inzachuko. I was close. Hey, Diego Lopez, emo hair is back.
Yeah, he needs a new haircut.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that
Bozer.
guy. Gavin Tucker. Yo, we got Tanner Bozer.
Man. What is that country?
Bosnia.
Bosnia and Herzegovina?
Yeah, I guess how you said it. Oh, I got so excited. That's not Slovenia. That's Slovakia. Or how,
Ah,
Same thing.
yeah. No, it's not. Kyler Phillips, Billy
this dude
Quarantino
has
is
an
fighting.
idea.
Damian
you
Jackson.
gotta have a big head.
This is just keep going down. Jeremiah
Wells.
Wells is fighting on
Okay.
this.
Okay.
Sean Woodson. A lot of these guys know. There's a ranked flyweight fight.
Odie Osborne.
At the very
Odie.
bottom.
Odie Osborne. Odie Osborne.
This could be
Odie.
one of those fight nights that just ends up being really good.
I think it's gonna be like a sneaky fight night. That's gonna be really good.
Yeah,
So.
this main fight is gonna be great.
All right, I am
awesome.
taking Corey the Sandman Sandhagen.
I'll second.
Yeah, I got Corey by decision.
Ooh, by decision. Yeah, Rob's
I
been.
feel like there could be a finish here.
There could be. I think Rob's been beat up so much his chin is a little softened. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going. I'm gonna go Sandhagen, and I'm kind of leaning toward decision. But screw it. I'm going 4th round TKO.
Yeah. Let's go 5th round.
Ooh,
5th round sub.
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 Wes is
What?
diving into the deep end of the pool without any floaties on right now. So wow. All right, 5th round sub, 4th round TKO, and a decision. That's what you got, folks, for next week. I'm also pumped for that Jessica Andrade Tatiana Suarez fight. That's going to be a good fight to watch. We'll see if Tatiana can hold her own against the top of the straw weights. But hey, thanks for listening to this episode. If you did not watch UFC 291, go back, watch it. You will not be disappointed. Also, follow us on our Instagram page, Blessed Finds Podcast, like our post. Also, subscribe to us on YouTube at, you guessed it, Blessed Finds Podcast, and leave us some comments on our videos, and give us a 5-star review. Do whatever it has to take to make your thumb do what you want it to do, and hit that 5-star review button for us. So, hey, have a good week. Join us as we're going to recap UFC Fight Night, Nashville, Sandhagen versus Font. Thank you. Have a great week.